Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Main Street Fire Rescue. It is the year 2023, the 24th of November. Can you believe it? Well, first off, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you're all having a great extended weekend. For those that are working, police, fire, military, EMS, doctors, nurses, anybody in the healthcare industry, anybody working retail, whoever's working, thank you very much for your service this weekend. I got lucky. My shifts were off, so I'm having a weekend off after 22 days in a row, something like that, and I'm enjoying it. But I have to work Christmas, so we alternate every year. So what I do, I decided to come out, well, one, happy Thanksgiving. Two, decided to come out to Animal Kingdom this morning. Purpose of today, this morning, is not really, we're going to see Christmas decorations. However, we're going to talk about what is it really like to be here during Thanksgiving, during Christmas, the busiest times of the year outside of New Jersey Hell Week or whatever they call that. I've seen so much bitching, so much complaining, so much, oh, what the hell, I had no idea it was like this on social media and Facebook. I thought it warranted to bring the camera out here and let's do a talk, and we got to set some things right. This is gonna be funny, it's gonna be entertaining, it's gonna be a little serious, hope to make you laugh. I gotta go through security. I'll see you all shortly. We're gonna have a great time this morning, and it is beginning to feel like Christmas. The high is right 62 right now. The water parks are closed today. They were closed yesterday. That's one other thing I want to get to everybody. When you come to Florida, it is most likely a whole lot warmer than wherever it is you come from in the world, especially if it's up north. If you're going from the south to the south, probably about the same. But when it comes down to water parks, the threshold is 65 to 68, depending on the water park. If it falls within that range, they will not be open. The hotel pools, totally different situation. That's up to the hotels, individual hotels, whether or not they open or not. The only time I've seen all the hotel pools closed was last Christmas Day when it was 31 degrees here. Everything was closed. But water parks will not be open. I see a lot of people moaning and groaning and complaining that the water parks aren't open. It is true, the water is heated. However, you still have the ambient air to worry about. So, and it's also a big liability for the water parks, because all it takes, you know as well as I do, lawyers have ruined everything in this country. So some kid goes there, gets in the water, catches a cold, even though it's not likely from that. Parents who did, my child got sick because he went here, even though you put them in the water, you know, and on it goes. So to avoid all the mess and all of the litigation and people bitching and moaning, plus people going there saying, well, I paid full price and it was freezing today, I feel like I should get my money back. They just make it easier and they shut the water parks down. But I see so much complaining about it all over social media. Y'all, if it is 66 to 68, you are treading lightly. It may or may not be open. The water parks may or may not be open. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's get into Animal Kingdom. It is Friday, the Black Friday after Thanksgiving, the day that most people dread, especially if you're going out shopping. And looking at the traffic map this morning, the lines around Vineland, the outlet malls, y'all, you couldn't pay me $1 million to go over there this morning. Perfect. So we're gonna walk around a little bit, we're gonna chat, we're gonna have some fun this morning. So get an idea of what we're looking at here. Flight of Passage, 115, 15 Dinosaur, 20 Everest. Tough to be above 10 minutes. If you see that one longer than 10 minutes, run. Kali River is 5, it's going to be, it's a very chilly day. Kilimanjaro 40. Meet and greet the characters, about an hour. Navi River 95, 5 minutes Triceratops spin. Not a terrible day comparable to how it's been earlier this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday were atrocious out here, and all you have to do is reference Facebook and look at the crowd pictures and look at all of the bitching that ensued. So kind of what my plan is I'm gonna walk, again, like I've been doing. I kind of like that, because again, whether I talk to the camera or the camera faces that way, the message is still getting delivered, right? It's just not pointed at my mug. I really like doing that, because for one, I get to see what's in front of me. You all get to see what it looks like here. And to me, it's a win-win. So for the most part today, we'll have the camera facing forward as we talk about this. But, you know, again, to start with, if you're going to decide, make the conscious decision without being under the influence of drugs or alcohol or any other psychotics or anything else, that coming to Disney World during Thanksgiving, meaning the Monday or the Monday to Sunday, which is Thanksgiving week, or Christmas week, the week between Christmas and the day after New Year's, if you make a sound, conscious, good decision that is for you, this is what you're going to expect, or this is what you can expect. Now again, things do change. Economic conditions can change. Right now, people are spending money like they're in Congress, as Dave Ramsey would say. The amount of money being thrown around right now is unreal. You know, I heard a lady the other night when I was over at Contemporary walking around complaining about how it was taking too long to go from resort to resort, and that she paid $6,500 for these couple days she was here, and that this wasn't worth it. She felt like she was wasting her money. And I'm like, well, lady, apparently you're the idiot, because everybody else got in for free around here. Like, what do you mean? You're the only one that spent that kind of money? I love the entitlement that people carry with them. Well, I spent 10 grand. Really? Well, you must be the dumb one, because everybody else, you know, didn't spend anything, right? Everybody else got in here for free. You were the only one that spent thousands of dollars. I mean, you know, get realistic here. So you just have to have expectations. And I think one of the biggest issues with people and these vacations, especially when it's crowded, is because of social media, way too many expectations. People, I look at some of these itineraries, or mandatory fun as they would call it in rehab. Not that I've been to rehab, I've just heard that's what it's called. When they force you to do things and make a schedule, it's called mandatory fun. But they have these schedules set up, and it's planned down to the minute, to the second. And if you're going to do that on a Disney vacation, you're already setting yourself up for failure. And I know some of you might say, well, Matt, I did it before and it worked for me. It might work if you have a small group, but also if you are here during a time when it is not Thanksgiving or Christmas or Hell Week, Jersey Week, whatever they call it. Those 3 times of the year are kind of the times when you really have to throw caution to the wind and just make the best of it as you can. But, you know, unfortunately with social media, and everybody wants to show everybody the best vacation, and, you know, it's not about the time that you're having, it's what time is everybody else perceiving that we're having. Are we doing it right? Does everybody else approve? And that's why people get miserable on these trips. They just overdo it, and they worry way too much about what everybody else thinks. Knock that shit off. Yeah, look at that. First tip right off the rip, forget rope dropping. All of that goes out the window during this time. Only because everybody has the same idea, and if you are even staying at an on-site hotel, you're getting a half an hour early entry. That's basically buying you time to get in line for something. That's all it's doing. Holy cow, people are clamoring for these popcorn buckets. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. The music box ones, come to Animal Kingdom. They got them all over the place. And they got the Donald Duck Christmas tree one. And that's the coffee line already this morning. Heck yeah. Jeez. Good Lord, man. I think the mistake everybody makes is they all take a look and they see the live streams, they see the videos on social media, and they're like, oh, it looks bad, but it can't be that. How bad can it be? I don't mind crowds. I'll be able to handle it. No big issue. Let's book the trip and go. And they do. And then they get here and they experience this firsthand of what this is truly like to be here during one of the absolute most busiest times of year. Like I said, this week and then Christmas week, and then followed again by the I mean, this even outdoes spring break. I mean, spring break can get busy, but it doesn't hold a candle to what goes on during the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays. Again, things could be very different, though, you know, from one holiday to the next. The economy could fall apart. People might, you know, there's a lot of things that could happen, but as everything stays the course, Christmas is going to be about the same as this. So if you do not like crowds, they are not your thing. You need to make other plans for a different time of the year. That's it. No amount of tips, no amount of tricks, no nothing is going to help navigate the parks when they are at this level. You can try to make your life a little easier by doing things at night and in the evening, but there really isn't a whole lot of anything that is going to necessarily make it so you can do ride. Even Genie Plus has its own particular challenges during this time. One, it's $35 a person, up from just not but a week or two ago when it was 20 to 25. So there's another $10 that you got to budget, you know, into your budget, you know, and if you have a family of 4, that's an extra $40 per day if you're going to do Genie Plus. So there's that. And then you have a lot less access to Genie Plus because the more people that do it, the more it fills up, the less access you have. And with the 2 p.m. park hopping rule, it makes it even harder. Because let's say today we're starting at Animal Kingdom and I want to ride Rock and Roller Coaster over at Studios. I can't set that up until right around 2 p.m. It won't let you. It used to, but it doesn't now, because what people were doing was they were hoarding all the lightning lanes at the park they weren't at, which again goes all the way back to my original opinion that this park hopping at 2 is the stupidest thing in the world, and really all it does is rob people of their hard-earned money, but people continue to pay it. Now, come January, when that goes away, it can be a totally different story. It should be a lot better, because like now, we come in, let's say I want to ride Everest. We go ride Everest real quick. It's not even 9:45. We hop on over to Hollywood Studios or wherever and then go. Right now we can't do that, and it really sucks. But I feel like either A, attendance is going to crater off after Christmas and Disney's trying everything to entice people because they can see that the bookings ahead are not that good, or they feel like, well, we've taken this as far as we can, we've milked people for as much money as we possibly can, let's go back to the way it used to be. And supposedly Genie Plus is going to get overhauled as well. What that's going to entail, we're not really sure yet. So yes, you have to, especially, I'm telling you, if you're coming here, because Thanksgiving week, this week's done. We're just commenting on this week. This is more to help people prepare if you're coming here during the upcoming Christmas week. Because I'm telling you, that is on a level par to this. You know, whether or not which one's busier than the other, I'm not really sure. Christmas is spread out a little bit longer versus Thanksgiving is crammed into about 4 or 5 days. Christmas goes out about a week and a half. So there's some subtle differences, but the crowd volumes, the wait times, you have to be mentally prepared for this. And if you're a person that doesn't like crowds, if you don't like being stressed or whatever it is, you know, and honestly, people put way too much stress on these vacations. I understand there's a lot of money involved. However, that doesn't help matters. That makes it 10 times worse. Straight up, it makes it worse. You're not helping yourself, you're not helping your family, you're not doing anything, you're making it bad. You know, I've seen so many comments on Facebook, oh, I feel like I've wasted all this money because I'm not enjoying myself. I didn't expect the parks to be this crowded. Please help me, I feel like I've wasted all my money, and my family isn't happy with me because I'm upset and I'm moody and cranky. People, I'm telling you, these people are doing this shit to themselves because it's the attitude of, oh, it'll affect everybody else, but I'm fine. It won't bother me. Until you get here and experience this. You have to be realistic when you're going into this time of year. Most people aren't traveling during summertime because it's hot as H out here. And so they all wait. Plus the parks are decorated. Everything's decorated. People want to see that stuff. That's why this is so insanely crowded. So you take one of the busiest holidays of the year to travel, which is Thanksgiving, couple that with a very highly demanded theme park, and resort, and you have the equation that makes things like, you know, 1 + 1 = a shit show. That's what it makes. During normal times of the year, and it's hard to say that there's normal times of the year anymore, but times that are less busy, you do have about an hour or 2 hours in the morning before things start getting chaotic if you do rope drop. The Christmas season, rope drop doesn't exist because, one, the hotels are sold out. Everybody, you know, pretty much anybody staying on property gets a shot at being here a whole half hour early, and nothing gets done. It literally is not worth it. If there is any tip, and again, it's not a tip, it's basically just something to try, you have to get here in later afternoon, like right after 2 o'clock when people start park hopping. And also you got to think, people are going to start wearing out. Animal Kingdom especially is best enjoyed in the evening time. They close at 7, which to me is insane. I don't think they should do that, especially when it's this crowded. Animal Kingdom should stay open like it used to till 10:30 p.m. It would ease a lot of the congestion, but that doesn't happen. So a lot of people start filtering out of Animal Kingdom around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So the last like 3 or 4 hours that they're open for the day is much better. And Everest says 15 minutes, but the lines clear out the door. Current time, just check the leaderboard, wait time board. Avatar Flight of Passage holding it number 1 at 125 minutes, followed by 105. Oh, hold on a minute. Look who's coming to visit. It's that time of year, everybody. Santa!
Happy holidays!
Merry Christmas! Oh, I love it. Hey everybody, don't forget to get your list going. Sweet, no wait. Oh, here we go. Anybody ever hear of the song Revolution Number 9? The whole song is number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9. Look it up. Revolution Number 9 by the Beatles. So this one's actually pretty neat. This one in the carpets, you push up and it goes, obviously goes up and down, but the person who's behind has a lever that they can push, and that will actually make the car tilt backward and forward. It's pretty cool.
Tenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del dinosaurio. Cuide a los pequeñitos. Gracias.
Nice. Oh, we get a nice view up here. Also, one other thing, thank you to all the cast members working out here, and not just here at Disney World, but all across the amusement park industry right now. You know, that's one thing we don't realize is, you know, when we all come here and enjoy these places, it takes people to run them. And because it takes that, that means people aren't at home with their families. So thank you all very much for working. I know what it's like, having been in the fire service, EMS, and all that. I know what it's like to not be at home, and it can be tough. Very tough. So thank you all very much for what you do out here. You keep it all going. And yeah, if it weren't for you all, the parks wouldn't be open. So thank you very much. This was Launchpad McQuack's old meet and greet, which if you all know and have known Animal Kingdom for a long time, you know that they had some fantastic meet and greets out here. And unfortunately, a lot of them never made their return, which sucks. Because this Animal Kingdom used to be the park to go to for meet and greets. Oh, let's check out some live music. This is what Animal Kingdom does best. I made a kind of a quick loop here. Well, not quick. It's a nice, easy stroll. I'm just gonna let the camera pick up some natural ambiance right now, and then we'll chat in a minute. one of the next stops I have is we're gonna wander into the land of Pandora, Avatar land, whatever you want to call it. And that's usually like the great equalizer of what it's really like in this park, because that is by far the most popular land here. So we're gonna go check that out, chat a little more, then we'll call it a morning. The current wait times, ouch, 125, 115. That's a lot. But see, Everest 25, 5 for Kali River because it's chilly today. Dinosaur is 45. Triceratops spins 5. And then where is it? Oh yeah, 60 minutes for Kilimanjaro. The thing that I hear all the time from people, or the question that's asked, is if I'm doing Animal Kingdom as my only park, do I need Genie Plus? And the answer is no. So the reason that the Genie Plus makes no sense for Animal Kingdom is this, okay? Because today it's at one of the highest expense rates that it's at normally for the year. It's a $25 day just for Animal Kingdom. Now, if you're doing other parks, then it's going to be $35. But let's say today's your Animal Kingdom day. You know, you want to get as much out of it, so we'll do Genie Plus, you know, the smoke and mirror show. So basically it's $25 per person. If you break that down, there's 7 attractions-ish that you can use it on, because Avatar Flight of Passage is not included. That's a separate expense, so you have to push that out. So there's 7 attractions, 2 of which, one's a show and the other one is a meet and greet. So really, you can take that down to 5. That's $5 per ride that you're paying to skip the lines, basically. And if you have a family of 4, that's $20. That means you're spending $20 per person extra just to skip the lines, because it would be a total of 25 times 4. That's $100. That's a $100 bill for today, just for Animal Kingdom, which then breaks it down to $5 each ride that you're paying. In order for Genie Plus to even make a remotely any bit of a sense, you have to break it down into what's like 12 to 14 rides. And the trouble is the more expensive it gets, the more rides you have to constantly be trying to get on. So because Animal Kingdom, if you do an open to close, obviously still take a break. I highly recommend that. But whether you go skip the lines or not, you're still spending a day here, right? Whether you wait an hour for a ride or you wait 15-20 minutes, it's all relevant when you're spending the whole day here. I really feel like the Genie Plus here is you're throwing money out. And the reason being is, for example, okay, let's say you want to ride Everest. Right now, you can't ride it till noon. If you do a lightning lane, it's a 25-minute standby line. It's 11:15. That puts you at 5 minutes before noon. So you're literally splitting hairs at this point. Another one, you know, Kali River, it doesn't matter. It's only a 5-minute wait today, so that one's pointless. Kilimanjaro Safari, though, is a 60-minute standby. Again, it's a 12 o'clock. You can book it at 12 o'clock. 45 minutes from now. So you're splitting hairs. You're gonna wait regardless, whether you're in line or you're walking around the park. That is why, and then honestly after that, Navi River Journey, 115 minutes, but you can't book till 5 p.m. tonight, which is, you know, what is that? That's 6 hours from right now. Just wait the 115 minutes, or wait till later on in the day. I hope, is any of this making any sense? Like it's Genie Plus in this park is literally throwing money out the window. Genie Plus is good if you're doing all the parks, or if you're doing Magic Kingdom and Studios, but it makes 0 sense for Epcot and Animal Kingdom, only because there's not enough attractions to make it worth the money. Because like today, when I broke it down, it takes it down to about $5 per attraction. And then that's by yourself. So if you have a family, let's just use the typical family of 4, you're spending an extra $20 per person per attraction to skip the line, on top of today being a $200 plus day. You know, so there's a whole, you got to have an engineering degree, I swear, to sort this stuff out. But that's why people leave here stressed. Because 1, they allow it, but 2, it shouldn't be this difficult, honestly. but it is. There are areas in this Avatar land where you can stop and just rest, and there's not a lot of people. You know, where you can just kind of take a nice, easy breather. Like you can see right over there, there's not a lot of people. There's some little coves over here where I'm standing at, another one. People tend to kind of, they don't come back in this area, so it's really nice. So again, right now, Flight of Passage, you cannot get a lightning lane because they've sold out since this morning, early this morning. So if you're going to ride this, you're going to have to dedicate 2.5 hours at least. Unless you go, the only other way to do this is ride it at the very end of the day. The reason why that's better is even if it's got a 90 to 100 minute wait, as soon as the clock hits 7 p.m., lightning lane shuts down. So then the only people riding are standby. You don't have to worry about the ratios of how many paid lightning lane guests to how many standby guests. That's out the window because the park's closed. That's why this is one of those rides to do at the very, very end of the day. Or if it's in your budget and you can, I don't know what it was today. It's sold out so fast I didn't get a chance to look. My guess is it's probably a $14 or $15 add-on today. Now also, that's not including Genie Plus. That is a separate fee. So with it being $25 per person today, just for Animal Kingdom, if you add the lightning lane for Avatar, now you're up to $40. So $40 a person times 4, now you're at $160. So $160 for a family of 4 to skip the lines just at one park, and that's not including your park ticket today, which for most parks is right at $200 a person. So for one person, $200. So let's take 200 times 4. There's 800. Let's add some taxes. There's 1,000. Then let's add another 160 onto that. So you're talking this is a $1,200 day for some people. That's the whole thing that, you know, a lot of people don't realize is the sheer expense involved, and that's why people get so panicked and they go freak out because that's what causes unrealistic expectations. It's exactly what causes. That's why you have to set reasonable expectations when you come here. You just have to know that yes, you're going to spend a shit ton of money, but you can only get done what you can get done within reason. All right, everybody, let's take a quick shopping trip in here. Let's see what we can find for Christmas time. I would love to have one of these. This is so freaking soft. But yeah, $45 for a pillow. That's hard. That's tough. If it was 30-ish, yeah, could justify that. 45 is quite a bit for something I'm either going to sit on, lay my head on, or prop my feet on. These are also the Crocs I'd like to get, because basically for work I wear Crocs during the different seasons. Like it just got done with Halloween, so I just finally put my Halloween Crocs away. I would love to wear these, but I just, working in surgery or the ER, these are going to get knocked off real fast. And I don't, if there was, it's hard to know what's underneath there. If there was actually, if it was painted underneath there, maybe it wouldn't be so bad, but I just know that you catch that on anything, these are going to get snapped right off, and then you're going to have a torn shoe that you spent $60 for. So dang, because I really, really like these. I do like the Spirit jersey. But again, it's like, I would, these are really nice, but when you live here, the chances of wearing this are so slim. Maybe a handful of times a year that you're going to wear that when you live here. But it is really cool though. I mean, look. And for $80, it's something that you probably want to wear more than a handful of times. Now these, I can get behind these, because these are great for at home. And they're super soft. And look at that. They come with their own pair of Christmas socks, and for $44.95. Plus, if you're an annual pass holder, Disney Vacation Club member, You get 20% off of that, so that's a good deal for those. That's a smoking deal. Those look really comfortable. I see those in my future, definitely. Those are great for football watching and hanging out at home. These are, I believe, new arrivals as well. I haven't seen these before. This is part of the Disney Christmas the Home collection, if you will. These are nice too, but they're still they're not as soft as the other ones I just saw. But those are nice, and those are 34 bucks. Do these come with socks? No, they do not. The other ones come with socks. That is a great deal. What do we got here? Got us a candle. Oh, that smells like the Christmas shop at Magic Kingdom. Scented candle, Bougie Parfume. Yeah, that's bougie, all right. For $30, that's very bougie. All right, we're on the hunt for magic bands. Now again, watch. I saw a million of them about a week ago, but I really wasn't looking for one. Now, I won't be able to find it. That's exactly what's going to happen. I did get my Walt Disney World Christmas shirt that I was after. That one I did find. I did have success there. All right, Santa. I have a request. Oh my gosh. Oh. Man, so this is basically what they did was it's another version of the 50th. So the 50th, they had one for the 50th, but now they have the 100th one. Personally, this is way better than the 50th. The reason being, in my own opinion, the 50th had like freight cars. This one's got light up passenger cars. Oh my gosh, and it's a Lionel. I mean, realistically, that's the cost of a PlayStation 5. But you can see right here. And the lights come on in the lights come on in the passenger cars. Oh my gosh. And it comes with enough track, or it looks like you can do a figure 8 or one like that. Do a switch track. That's awesome. That is incredible. But yeah, you get all kinds of accessories with this, and you can run it with the transformer, or no, I'm sorry, use your smartphone for that. Wow, it's got sounds, everything. That's incredible what they've done with these Lionel trains. All right, if I were a Christmas magic band, where would I be? I know at Magic Kingdom where I would be. I see them. I see them. There they are. Now, Christmas time. Where might you be? Right there. This is it. So it is a slate band, so $44.99. The reason I want this one is I don't buy these very often anymore because one, I'm picky on the designs, but this is the one I currently have, which I love. This one was from 2018 or 2019. They have a lot of Christmas features that these interact with this year. All right, quick tip on how to do a quick checkout here, because lines at checkouts, especially at the end of the day, can get very long. So what you do is you go to your My Disney Experience app, or My Dismal Experience, and you hit the plus button, and you do the merchandise mobile checkout button right there. Right now we're at Discovery Trading Company, Riverside Depot. So you highlight that. It says your bag is empty. Scan an item. So you scan the item. So you scan the barcode. It adds it to the bag. And with our discount, holy cow, you get almost 10 bucks off. So it takes it to $35.99. You hit checkout. There we go. We got everything all set right there. And we go down to purchase. And what it'll do, I won't show it, but it gives me a QR code, and that's it. We're all set. I have my QR code, and all we're going to do is show the cast member the QR, and we'll be good. And all she did was scan my phone, the QR code, and here we go. Christmas Magic Band time. This and this go together very well. One of the other things I found really interesting was the parks are not open as late as they were the last couple nights. I mean, here it is Friday, Black Friday of Thanksgiving week. Magic Kingdom, the last couple nights prior to Thanksgiving, was open till midnight. And tonight they close at 11. Epcot's at 9:30 now. Epcot will close at 9:30 from now till New Year's because of the candlelight processional, which is great. We get a whole another half hour at Epcot. Hollywood Studios closes at 9 p.m. and then Animal Kingdom tonight closes at 7. I'm sorry, during these insane times of year, all of the parks should be staying open till at least 10:30, 11 o'clock. It would help crowd levels so much, because I believe that is why everything feels more crowded than it does, or than it did before, because there's a lot less time. So what we're going to do is check real quick here, see if I can't get that pass replaced, because it won't be long. They're going to be looking at that and be like, yeah, no, we ain't accepting that. Officially retiring the 50th anniversary pass. That was fun. That lasted about a year and a half, I think I had this thing. And we have the brand new one now. This is the new Disney annual pass holder. I have the original one I got from when I first became a pass holder 7 years ago. And I've got a couple different ones, and now this is the most current. Got some of that sweet nectar there for a walk back to the car. So I am right by where the boarding area for the tram is, and then this is the bus terminals or bus stations for all of the resorts and different theme parks. I like to walk a lot, even in the middle of summer when it's hot, because it's great exercise, get my steps in, and get to chat with the camera. I had fun walking around Animal Kingdom. Again, when you go during this time of year, you have to be realistic and set realistic expectations for yourself. You can't be going in there with these itineraries or these mandatory fun lists as people have and expect it's going to be great. You know, the problem is we rely way too much on dogma in life and in general, especially with these trips, you know. Dogma is living with the results of other people's thinking, and you can't do that. You have to, you know, this is your trip, your family's trip, nobody else's. Who cares if people don't think that it's good or it doesn't go to their expectation? What matters is how you feel. It doesn't matter what everybody else wants to think. And so many people, you know, they put this stuff out there. Well, let me know what you think of this or that. And it's, you know, it's okay to get opinions from time to time, but so many people rely solely on what everybody else thinks, and y'all, that's not healthy at all. Not even remotely close. You are spending, I mean, realistically, if you're here, especially this week or during Christmas, you're going to spend somewhere, I would say, between $5,000 and $20,000, especially if you're traveling from out of state. That's the reality of it, you know. And because of that kind of money at stake, people put a ton of pressure on themselves. And then they're one little thing goes wrong, and they're so worried about it not looking good on social media or looking good to other people, you know, or they feel like they've let their family down for some reason. Never mind the fact that you're having a vacation that costs, you know, somewhere between $5,000 and $20,000, which in theory, apparently at Disney now, Disney World is the most expensive vacation in the world now. So people are just putting all this unnecessary pressure on themselves. They're trying to do X, Y, Z, and then do A, B, C on top of it. And it doesn't work, especially with these crowds. Like, I'm gonna turn the camera around and talk. But they put these schedules together, and all you have to do is go on Facebook. Walt Disney World Tips and Tricks is one of them. And these people will have these freaking itineraries down to the minute, down to the second, and people try to tell them you can't do this because it doesn't allow for any type of, you know, rides to go down. It doesn't allow for weather delays in transportation, you know, the list goes on and on and on, and then it becomes unrealistic. So what Pete Werner used to say, who used to do the Diz Unplugged, I'm assuming that's gone now. I haven't seen it. Definitely miss seeing Pete, and his opinions were fantastic because he didn't care. you know, what people thought, and that's kind of where I developed mine. But, you know, you have to take the plan that you have in place and then take it and cut it in half, and then cut it in half again, and whatever you have left at the end of your vacation, then go back and do some of the things that you didn't get a chance to do before. That's the only way, because otherwise, I'm telling y'all, you are going to drive yourselves and everybody around you nuts. It will happen. It will happen. And clearly, people didn't think that it would happen to them, because by looking at some of the comments that have surfaced lately, I had no idea it'd be like this. I feel like I've wasted all my money. I feel like I've let people down. I feel like, you know, could you imagine spending 10 grand only to think that you've let everybody down? I don't think so. Your family ought to be grateful that you have the ability to spend $10,000 just to begin with. You know, so stop. Stop with the unrealistic expectations and just enjoy your time here. It doesn't matter if you get to ride Flight of Passage twice or even once. You know, if for some reason you don't get the chance to ride it, that's okay. You know, and I know people are like, well, Matt, you know, that's why some people put all that money on the line just so they can go down and do this stuff. Well, I get it. But you have to be realistic. And like when we went to Disneyland, I knew there were rides that we wouldn't get a chance to do. That's just how it goes. But you know what? Whenever we get a chance to go back, we'll be able to do those. But regardless of whatever rides we got to do, it was a fantastic, magical time. And one that I'll have memories for forever. You know, so please, people, just be respectful of yourself and others, and just understand that just the ability to be able to take your family to a place like this, you know, where realistically many people will probably never get a chance to go to. The fact that whether you can do it once or you can do it 1,000 times in a lifetime is all a gift. And that's what you need to be happy for. So I will see you all shortly. We're going to head home, take a break. So this is what I'm going to be doing for a couple hours this afternoon while we relax. I got a little Red Dead Redemption on. That's the original one. They had a special deal for Black Friday through the PlayStation store. So I just wrapped up Red Dead 2, so I wanted to play this and actually play them almost back to back, because it's really cool, you know, when you see them tie into each other. But what's amazing is how different this game is compared to Red Dead 2. And, you know, they did optimize the graphics, and you can tell it's a lot more, like there's a lot more HD in this than the original Red Dead, just because of advancements in consoles and all that. However, this game is fantastic. I freaking love this game. And I think John Marston has a lot more things that he can do and a lot more sayings. Not that Red Dead 2 doesn't have it, because Red Dead 2 is fantastic, but it's just this one has got its own set of unique humor to it. So that was fun this morning. As I said in my walk back to the car, if you're going to go to Walt Disney World during arguably the busiest times of the year, you have to know what you're getting yourself into. I mean, straight up, you have to know it's going to be crowded. You have to know it's going to be incredibly expensive. You have to know there's going to be lines. You have to know that these are going to be the realities of your vacation. You know, if you don't do well in lines, if you don't do well, you know, in big crowds and all that, this is not a time for you. Go a different time. Go after, you know, after the holiday is over, or between Thanksgiving and Christmas is a good time. And I know people are like, well, Matt, I got to work, I got school. Hey, I understand that too, but sometimes, you know, beggars can't be choosers either. So please be safe. If you're traveling this weekend, arrive at your, if you're flying, get to the airport at least 3 to 4 hours early, at least. And please travel safe, get home safe. And again, happy Thanksgiving and have a fantastic weekend, y'all. Have a good afternoon, everybody. Enjoy football too. We'll see you soon. Main Street Fire Rescue out of service.